Okay. Got it. And do you have any questions or anything like that? Or you pretty,
No,
you got
I'm pretty
this?
good.
Okay, very cool. Are are your students coming in person for the following semesters?
We're doing a hybrid right now. So there's a few
Not
classes that are being offered on campus, but the majority of them are being offered virtually via Zoom.
virtually.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about the K through 12? Are they being in person or?
It depends. So CPS, the Chicago Public School System, is all virtual.
Oh, wow.
100%. They're not even giving their students an option. The suburbs are a different story. They're kind of doing what they want, so to
Mhm.
speak. So a lot of them are hybrid and they're starting to bring students back into the classroom. But the Chicago Public Schools in the city of Chicago are all online and all virtual.
Okay. Yeah, it's similar here as well. It really depends on the district.
Yeah.
So interesting. Okay. Got it. Okay. So we have some students coming in. One. So we'll give it a couple of minutes. So there was a session before. There was one at 4 p.m.
It was at 3.
It was at 3. Okay. And how was that? How did that go?
It went well.
Okay.
It went well. Yeah.
Got it. And that one focused on STEM,
It was a panel for healthcare.
healthcare. Okay. And then this one is still healthcare, or is this something
This
else?
is just a general one for Roosevelt.
Got it. Okay. Very cool. How many showed up for the 3 p.m. one?
I want to say like 15, maybe
15. Okay.
15 to 20. Yeah.
Got it. Hi, Kimberly. Hopefully you can hear us. Oh, she put a hand thing. Hopefully more than one student shows up for this one. Last week there was like 20 to 30 per session.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're maybe in a session prior. I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah.
Hmm. All right, Kimberly, I'm gonna click allow you to talk. So while we're waiting for other people. So let's see if this works.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight?
Good, and yourself?
Doing well, thank you.
That's good.
You might get VIP presentation tonight. What city are you from, Kimberly?
I'm from Downey.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yeah. And you guys?
I'm actually in Chicago right now, so.
Oh, that's cool.
A little chilly here. I heard you guys are a little warm out there on the West Coast, but it's definitely fall here in the Midwest. So we're just kind of embracing it right now.
Yeah, today is actually pretty hot, and tomorrow's gonna be like 102 or 3 or something like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Buena Park, so I'm not too far from you.
Oh yeah.
But the weather is, I don't know what's happening over here. What do you think, Lisa? Should we get started? Should we wait a couple more minutes?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let's go ahead and get started, and then I can hopefully get to all of Kimberly's questions, and hopefully we'll have a few more students pop in.
Okay. So just letting you know, Kimberly, usually there's more students to the sessions, but since you're the only one here, we're gonna let you, allow to speak, so you can you could ask any questions you want to whenever you want to. And then I'll leave it all to Lisa, and I'll just be here to moderate. Okay. Go ahead,
Okay.
Lisa.
Sounds good, Paolo. Thanks so much. If you want to go ahead and unview your screen, there we go. Perfect. All right. So let me pull up my screen, Kimberly. Kimberly, are you a high school senior?
No, I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Okay, awesome. Very cool. So just a little bit of background on Roosevelt University. Let me pull up my, oh goodness, hold on. Give me just a second. What made you want to come to attend this session? Just so I can kind of get a little bit of background on you.
Well, my psychology teacher, she assigned us to join, well, I don't really know what the website is called, like online to register. And I was just looking at different like colleges and universities, and I just decided to join this one.
Yeah. So a little bit about Roosevelt University. We are located in downtown Chicago, so right in the heart of the city, in the South Loop. It's a neighborhood in the city of Chicago. I don't know if you've ever been. Really great views, really great location that we're located in. And I'll go ahead and talk to you a little bit about kind of where we stand and who we are as a university. So the university is actually named after Theodore and Eleanor Roosevelt, and they were really big proponents, and they were really big advocates for social justice, which now is a very big issue. It's a very in the forefront right now. We have presidential debates going on right now. It's a big deal, and especially going to the forefront right now in this kind of day and age. So we were founded in 1945, and we were founded on the basis of kind of racial and religious defiance. There's a lot of smaller universities that were only accepting students of a certain race or a certain religious background, and we wanted to level the playing field. We wanted to make sure that everybody, regardless of their race, ethnicity, religion, gender, got the ability to get that education that everybody wants and is craving, and it's really a part of the American dream. So that's what we really founded our university on, and our basis and our groundwork is laid in social justice. So we consider Chicago our campus. So this is where our building is located in. So this big panoramic picture right here. So right here at the bottom is a Buckingham Fountain. It's a very famous landmark location in Chicago. Right there's the Sears Tower, which used to be the tallest building in North America. It's also called the Willis Tower, but everybody in Chicago calls it the Sears Tower, even though the name got changed. This building right here, and I was talking to Paolo about it earlier, that's our building right there. So it's a weird kind of cool geometric shaped glass building that is very prominent in the city skyline. You see it from Lakeshore Drive, you can see it from the lake, you can see it from closer in the inner part of the city, but it's there, it's out there. Roosevelt University is at the top of the building, but it's a beautiful, as you can see, we're in a really awesome location. What you can't see in this picture is that over to this side, if you go a little further that way, north in the city, you'll see Navy Pier with the giant Ferris wheel. If you go south of this picture, you have Soldier Fields, you have Grant Park, where Lollapalooza and a lot of really cool events take place. But we consider Chicago our campus for so many different reasons. There's so many resources, so many things that students are able to get involved with. Over 200 plus art galleries, landmarks. Obviously, in non-corona times, we have a ton of live music venues and festivals, a lot of outdoor activities. There's over 28 miles of lakefront, which has a great biking and running path and great views of the city just for you to get outside, in addition to over 550 public parks as well. And then the restaurants. People in Chicago love their food. That's one of the big things about Chicago. It's a big draw for us. Over 7,300 restaurants, including 22 Michelin-starred eateries, and just little pop-up places. There's a Taste of Chicago that goes on. So a lot of things go on in our campus, which is also, it just happens to be the city of Chicago. I always say there's 4 really big things when you think of the city of Chicago. Think of our food, you think of all of our sports teams, the lakefront, the river, and then all those cool, really outdoor festivals and outdoor opportunities that are available to people in the suburbs, residents, all of it. We also do have 2 other suburban campuses, Peoria, which is in central Illinois, Lake County is in the northern suburbs, and then Schaumburg's in the western suburbs. So even if you weren't interested in maybe living in the big city, there are still opportunities at those 3 campuses for you as well. When it comes to our diversity, we do have 45% of our students are students of color and 30% are first generation students. What that means to you, and I guarantee that that number is going to increase, especially with first generation students, we work very closely with you and your family to do our best to help you go through and walk through the whole admissions process. It's a lot, especially if you've never had an older sibling or family members that have gone through it. You definitely want to take advantage of the fact that we have the experience of working with first generation students to make sure that you're getting all of the knowledge that you need. When it comes to our degree programs, we have a little over 72 undergraduate programs, and in addition to that, a little over 48 graduate programs. Have you thought about what you want to study yet? I know junior year, you're still kind of on the fence and still thinking about it.
Well, I want to be a high school counselor, but I'm not really sure because I'm in Avid. So one of my tutors, she had became a counselor and she was studying, I think it was child development. So I'm not really sure what to major in order to get the job that I want.
I think that this was fate that you and I were in this meeting together, because funny enough, I started out as a high school counselor before I got into higher ed. So I would love to share my background with you and kind of tell you a little bit about it. I actually majored in psychology.
Okay.
Which is a little bit like child development. It's just more general and broad based, but some of my favorite classes were child development and adolescent development. And then I went on to get my master's degree, which we do offer master's degrees in school counseling at Roosevelt. So you could start in our psychology program and then finish out with your grad and get your graduate degree at Roosevelt and just stay in one place all through one school, all the same professors. You would build a lot of those really great relationships. So like I said, those over 70 areas of study within our 6 different colleges. Psychology is going to be under the College of Arts and Sciences. We also have business, education, performing arts, pharmacy, and then our Robert Morris Experiential College. There are 120 credit hours that you will be required to complete in order to complete that degree, which is pretty similar across the board. Almost every university is going to have that same requirement. And then we also have our core classes, which is just your general education courses that are going to give you that really great foundation in order to really kind of learn more about yourself and what you like. And sometimes you get into your gen ed classes and realize that there's certain majors that you like more than others, but it is going to give you that really great basis, that great foundation to build upon within your major. So let me go ahead and skip.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes.
Do you mind explaining to Kimberly what she may not know what gen ed means, like gen ed major classes? Can you just explain that real quick?
Yep, absolutely. So general education courses are a lot of your core classes. So it's going to be just kind of general basic math, English 101, your general sciences, so biology, chemistry 101, geology 101, psychology 110, those entry-level classes that there are certain, there's a certain amount that you'll have to take to meet that core requirement, where it's just going to kind of give you a broad perspective of every single class. So a lot of students will take those at a community college and then transfer them over to a university, but they are your baseline core classes that you will have to take. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So a little bit more about Roosevelt University and why students are selecting Roosevelt. It seems like it's such a big building and we do have a larger population, but the reality is that it feels like a small school and it feels like a small campus. Over 50% of our classes have less than 20 students in it. And then that gives you about 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So that means for every 11 students, there's one faculty member. So it gives you that great small classroom opportunity to build relationships with your professors, with staff, with your peers. Your classmates and your professors are going to be your number one advocate. They are going to be they're going to be your resources and your references when you start applying to grad schools or wanting to apply for jobs. They're going to be the ones that are going to help you get through your undergraduate program and then help you expand onto that graduate or that career choice that you want to do. So being able to engage with your classmates and not just sitting in a giant lecture hall. Hopefully by the time you get here, we will be sitting in classrooms again, full time and not just part time, but you will be able to engage in that small group, which tends to field closer relationships within individuals. And again, creating your network, building your network of people that are in your same major, your same career path is going to be huge, and it's definitely going to be beneficial for you once you start getting into the workforce and start applying for jobs in grad school and all things like that. So outside of the classroom, we do have our honors and learning commons. So there is going to be support for you when it comes to the classroom experience. The transition from high school to college can sometimes be a little difficult for some students, especially when it comes to the type of coursework or the way your schedule is laid out. It's a little bit of a learning curve, especially your freshman year. And we have individuals within the university that are here to help you. They're here to help you be successful. They're here to tutor you and assist you in those classes and make sure that you're getting the most out of those classes and you're putting your best effort forward. We also have over 50 student organizations. Getting involved in student organizations is a great way to, again, meet people, build your network, maybe meet new people outside of your major in your field of study or even outside of your dorm, because we do have kind of a 50-50 split when it comes to students that live on campus, that actually live in our dorms and are considered commuter students, which either they live somewhere else in the city or they live in the suburbs and they commute in. It'll give you that opportunity to meet new people and to really get involved with campus life. And it's just going to kind of make your experience at Roosevelt that much fuller. And then lastly, career development and professional mentorship. Like I said, getting your college degree is only one step. I feel like a lot of times students forget that there's another step after you graduate from college, and that's to get your dream job. Sometimes it's right after your undergrad, sometimes it's after you get your master's degree, but going through professional development and having a professional mentorship and having a network is key. We're getting to a point right now in society and in the workforce where it's not what you know, it's who you know. And the more people you know, the better off you're going to be with trying to land that dream job. So that's why that career development and professional mentorship is key to being at Roosevelt and being a Roosevelt student. When it comes to residence life, so like I said, that big glass building that I showed you earlier, not only is that where your classrooms are, that's also where you're gonna live. So the upper floors of that building are our residence halls, spectacular views of the city, Soldier Field, our football fields, the lake, Navy Pier, all of it. You're gonna get incredible views. And the best part is when winters hit, and winter sometimes is not very kind to the Midwest, I'm not gonna lie to you on that one. All you need to do is go down the elevator, go to your class, go up the elevator and go right back to your dorm. You don't have to worry about trudging through the snow or commuting to get downtown. Everything's all in that one building, which is why we were named the third best residence hall in Illinois back in 2017. It's a gorgeous building. It's very relatively new. So all of the residence facilities, all of the shared space, the cafeteria, the workout facilities are relatively new. And obviously with COVID right now, we've really upped our cleaning and our sanitizing, making sure everything is good to go and safe for our students who are living in that building. And then, like I said, there's so many other things to do in the South Loop. I like to call the South Loop, especially where we're at, the educational, or like education row, college row. There's so many other universities that are near us. So you have the Symphony Center, you have the Goodman Center, you have DePaul University, Columbia College, Northwest University, UIC is pretty close, University of Illinois at Chicago. So there's going to be other students who are just like you who are going through all of this together. As you can see, over 40,000 plus students are living in that area. So you'll get to meet with, and you'll get to live with, and you'll get to hang out with and experience all of the cool things of Chicago with other students who aren't even from your university. The really cool thing about University Center, we don't have a picture of it right now, but that building is another student housing building that's located a block away from campus. It's super easy to get to, but that building is actually shared by us, DePaul, Columbia College, and I want to say the Symphony Center as well. There's like another art school that there's students that live in that building. So if you went to another university, let's say you went to another state school, whoever's going to be living in your dorm building, you guys are all going to go to the same school. So you're all going to have access to just the same amount of student activities and events that are going on campus. By living in University Center, or even just living in this area over here, you're going to get to interact with and live with people that don't go to your same university, that aren't having the same exact experiences as you. So it's broadening your horizons. It's meeting new people from different walks of life. It's just a really cool experience to be in this area of the city. Like I said, my university row, I love it. I think it's so cool that we all get to be around each other, us as even admissions staff and university employees. We run into each other at Starbucks all the time. So it's a lot of fun. And it's great to get to interact with people who, you know, go to DePaul or go to some of those other universities as well. We do have athletic teams, so we are part of the NAIA. So it is a form of, or a different division that's similar to the NCAA. We have 25 athletic teams. They're starting back up, I want to say in January with competition, like most other universities are, but they are there, and we do have 25 athletic teams that we would offer scholarships to that you could add into and apply to your tuition and housing and everything that goes along with that. This is my other favorite part about Roosevelt. So one of the buildings that we facilitate, that we are located in, it's called the Auditorium Theater. This is what it looks like. So it looks like what you think about when you think of like a Broadway, when you think of going to the theater, when you think of anything like that. That's what it looks like. That's where our graduation ceremony is held. It's a beautiful, beautiful space. We have over 200 student and faculty performances typically every year. And then we actually have outside performers come in as well, where they are either like orchestras that will be playing the soundtrack to your favorite movie while it plays on a big screen. We have ballet companies that come in and use our space, and you have access to it. It's right there at your fingertips. And as a Roosevelt student, you're gonna have access to some of this really great stuff. So, and then we do have that College of Performing Arts as well. So that's where the student and faculty performances come in. And it's a very prestigious college within our university that we're really proud of. So some of the Roosevelt results that we like to call them, our students are employed by several major companies. And this is just a small group of them that our students have recently been employed by: Amazon, Blue Cross Blue Shield, BMO Harris Bank, CPS, PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is one of the biggest accounting firms in the country, Northwestern Memorial Hospital, and then also our students are getting into some of the top graduate programs in the country as well. Boston University, Harvard, John Marshall Law School, which is actually another school that's in what I like to call University Row. It's right down the street and around the corner. Northwestern, which is also close, same thing with University of Illinois, and then of course our very own Roosevelt University grad programs. Our students are ready for them. We get them ready, we get them prepared to be successful in those grad programs and to get accepted. When it comes to our application, we are not on the Common App. We have our own application on our website. It's through roosevelt.edu/apply, and it is a free application for admission. We are a self-reporting school. So that means when you apply to colleges and they ask for your GPA, we are going to trust that the GPA that you're giving us is an accurate GPA. We are not going to ask you to submit your official high school transcripts unless you feel that they would add more to your application, or we request to see them. And what I mean is a lot of times a student's GPA might not necessarily be the best, paint the best picture of them, so to speak. Where certain classes you did better, maybe you didn't do great your freshman year and got really buckled down sophomore, junior, and senior year. But unfortunately, because your GPA is accumulative, freshman year is going to hurt you. So obviously, if you want to show us a little bit more about you, we definitely encourage you to submit your official transcripts. Same thing with our test scores. With your class, I'm not sure if we are also going to be test optional for next year. Typically, we do require SAT or ACT scores be submitted. Those will go into consideration for scholarship opportunities and get you admitted into certain programs. With the class of 2021, we are waiving those where our test optional. With you guys for the class of 2022, I'm not sure what that process is going to look like, but definitely something to look into in a year when you're starting to do your application process, or even just this upcoming summer. Check in with us, see what our policy is, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be able to take your test in the spring and be able to get that official SAT score. And all the documents can be submitted to us either electronically or they can be mailed to our Schaumburg office, which does all of our processing. Now we're going to talk about scholarships, the money. We do have two different types of scholarships that are available to students, merit-based and need-based. So merit-based is based on your GPA and or test scores. So merit-based means you're proving to us what you did in school deserves a reward, so to speak, in terms of scholarship dollars. Need-based, on the other hand, is for students who apply with the FAFSA. So you submit your FAFSA, it produces a number called the EFC, Estimated Family Contribution Number. And based on that number, we would be able to offer you additional dollars on top of the merit-based scholarship and any federal grants that you might qualify for as well. The FAFSA, if you've never heard of it before, is the free application for federal student aid. It's kind of a mouthful, so FAFSA just makes it a lot easier for us, but it's a great opportunity for students to get free money or qualifies for some really big opportunity scholarships. And again, things might be a little different when you are starting to apply next year, but I have to believe that they will be very close to what we are offering for our students this year. And then obviously we are always here to help you. You can request a virtual appointment just like this one. We're kind of doing our own right now. But if you wanted to sit down with an admissions counselor maybe in the spring or in the summer, you can absolutely request an appointment. Again, we hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to bring you to campus. You'll be able to come visit us in Chicago, and we'll be able to really sit down face to face and have that conversation and talk about what your game plan is, would we be a good fit for you, and give you that tour of campus. But in the meantime, we do have some great tour videos of our Chicago campus online, so make sure you check those out. And then of course, any upcoming events that once things are ready to bring students back onto campus, we'll be able to help you out. So our website has a ton of information, roosevelt.edu/visit, which is right here at the bottom, or you can email the admissions office at admissions@roosevelt.edu with any questions. I did a lot of talking, so I want to give you an opportunity to ask any questions. If you need me to go back to any slides, anything that's on your mind, it's just you and me hanging out. So right now you can really ask any question that you want.
I have a question about the counseling thing, since you're more like aware of it. Do you have any advice or like recommendations on what to actually major in?
So with counseling, you can really almost major in anything. And I think that's the best part of it, is that I really enjoyed psychology in high school, and that was the reason I majored in it in college, and then realized that there were so many aspects of what I liked about psychology that applied to school counseling and being a school counselor. I truly think it was the best option was to major in psychology, because you're going to be able to take classes on child development, adolescent development, especially if high school is kind of more the group that you're interested in working with. Adolescent development and going through those courses is going to be key for you to understanding, you've gone through this already, but being able to understand like the inside of the brain and what it's going through and how students develop is going to be key. So I would recommend psychology. It's a great program. You can do so much with it. And it's also going to give you a wide range of class opportunities for you to take.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Did you have any other questions?
No, that's all.
Can I add to that real quickly? Yeah, so I actually got my master's in school counseling as well.
I swear it's
I
like
know.
fate that we're all in this meeting
It really
together.
is. So I went to Long Beach for my master's. And like what Liso said, if you want to do counseling, you could major in anything. If you look at the counseling requirement for the master's, it says get a bachelor's degree in any accredited university with like some kind of GPA. So you can major, like Lisa said, psychology. You could do sociology. You can major in anything. And like what Lisa mentioned earlier, the extracurricular is really going to make you stand out because they're going to want to know, in addition to your education, what experience have you done? So you want to make sure that you gain experience. Like if you want to do high school, for example, counseling, then you want to get experience like working in the high school or volunteering or internship. Since you're an avid right now, I was an avid too when I was in high school. So doing some kind of avid work or tutoring or something is going to super leverage you along the way.
Okay.
I will say one of the things that I did do, because I only had a major, I didn't get a minor. So I majored in psychology, and then I had room in my schedule to take other classes. So I actually took some like education classes. I got involved with the Student Education Association, which is linked with the Illinois Education Association, the National Education Association, just to kind of get exposure to the school world. I went to a state school in Illinois that was known for its teaching program. So education was a really big deal, and getting into those student organizations was a big deal. And so I went into it as, I'm going to kind of be a fly on the wall and see what you guys are all experiencing with, because essentially I'm going to have to help you. We're all going to have to work together to help the students. So it was key. So your extracurriculars, your organizations that you get involved with on campus are going to be key, and they're going to make the difference.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Kimberly, it was wonderful to speak with you. Hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to see you on campus soon. Fingers crossed, everything's going to work out.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome, hon. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. All right.
Well, Lisa, I was hoping there would be more than one student, but at least we were able to get through that and then earlier. So I think that's all. Do you still have more after this, or this is your last one?
This is my last one.
Okay, and what time is it there?
It is 7:30, so we're 2 hours ahead of you guys. I know it was weird. Everything came through. It's like, you have a 5:30 presentation. I was like, no, that's 7. No, that's 7. I need to make sure I'm ready to go. So.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for helping us out, and hopefully you're joining us in our future panels.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks so much, Paolo. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Stay cool, please. Stay cool.
My AC's next to me, so.
Have a good one.